These lines were tough.
Yeah,
this was not a great week for
I'm
for
sweating.
the NFL. Yeah, it is going to be one of those weeks where we're going to be watching the games and we're just going to be like, I hope I get half of these right, because I don't want to come in here next Tuesday and have a losing record. And again, you are listening to this. If you're listening to this on Tuesday, congratulations, you are getting the early edge here. We are giving you lines that you probably won't get the rest of the weekend or the rest of the week. So kudos to you for paying attention early. So my over here, I like Colts 49ers over 44.5. Jimmy G came back today. He's practicing, and Trey Lance is not practicing. Trey Lance has a little bit of an injury, and Jimmy G looks like he's back. So their offense is going to get better. The line looks like it's going to go to 44. So pay attention to that. I think it's going to go to 44 instead of 44.5. And if it does, I'm all over that. The Colts have played well. Every time the Colts have played a competent team, they've given up at least 25 points. I would say that the San Francisco 49ers are a competent team. I think that they have one of the best defenses in the country. They have one of the best defenses in the NFL. There's no doubt about that. T.Y. Hilton is back, so that helps. They lost Paris Campbell at wide receiver, but Pittman is averaging 67 yards a game as a rookie, and Carson Wentz has looked great the last couple of weeks. Carson Wentz has looked like Carson Wentz that they thought they were going to get whenever they traded for him. They traded for him last year or this offseason. So that being said, I think both teams, if Kittle can move the ball a little bit, I think this gets. That's only 20. That's only 20 to 27. You know what I mean? That's not a ton of points in the NFL.
Yep.
And this is the same 49ers defense that gave up 33 points to the Detroit Lions, in the first week of the year. So that's where I'm at. Over Colts 49ers over 44.5.
I don't mind that pick. I'm not going to touch that at all, but okay. I will direct your eyes towards this Los Angeles Rams game.
Okay.
Rams at home versus the Lions. The Rams are favored by 15.5. Not touching that.
Yeah.
Over-under is 50.5. I think that these two teams can combine for 50.5 points. I think that I think there's a chance. I mean, the Lions. I mean, every week is just like got to be like their Super Bowl now. I mean, like they're just looking for just let us win. Just not let us win. We have to work for this win. I think they're going to score some points on the way to losing to the Rams by quite a margin. But I think
Dan Campbell called out Jared Goff.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He said he's got to be better. He's got to be better. I mean, it wasn't but it was like a direct shot. He's like, Goff's got to be better.
Well, let's you speak into the thing for a little bit, and I'll look up Goff's season stats.
Well, what I will say is if you're at 50.5 points there, that means the Los Angeles Rams are going to have to put up at least 34 of them. But the Rams are the highest scoring team in the country. But again, that line doesn't make sense at 15.5 if they're going to go over 50.5. You know what I mean? Because they're going to beat them by 50. That's why I didn't touch that line, because I just don't know if they can score against that defense.
I mean, his stats really aren't bad. 159 to 238, 67% completion percentage,
right.
1,500 yards, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So 7 touchdowns through 6 weeks of NFL season is not great.
Right.
Ideally, your quarterback's going to have a few more than that. 4 interceptions is not really bad. He's taking care of the football, but he's averaging 6.3 yards, so he's only probably throwing dump-off passes for the most part. That's why his completion percentage is so high.
Right.
And why they don't score a whole lot of points. So he's got to be able to see it downfield a little bit. Don't go for his own stats. You got to help the team move the football a little bit there. And I think that we're going to see that a little bit more after apparently got called out this week.
To your point, the Detroit Lions are starting 2 cornerbacks that probably wouldn't be on an NFL roster if there wasn't for some injuries. So that probably helps because Matt Stafford's an early candidate for either comeback player of the year or MVP. I'm not taking that, but I could see it getting over 50.5 points.
Over 50.5 for me.
So over 50.5 for the Lions, and the LA Rams. Drew picked it over 50.5.
I will say I'm writing this in the spot of the page that this spot of the page, like it's in the right column of the second one down. It's the spot every week that I've looked at that pick and been like, why did I take that? What was I thinking whenever I took that one?
One of our Schwupps.
I will say that that's in that spot, and I can see myself on Sunday looking back at this paper being like, why did I do that?
Well, this is so dumb. My next over. And this is a game I'm really putting a lot on. Is the Bengals over 20 team points. The Bengals have scored 20 points in each of the last 4 games. They even did it against a top 10 defense in Green Bay. Baltimore has given up 20 points plus 3 times this year. The games they didn't were against the Lions, the Broncos when they knocked out Teddy Bridgewater, and one other game. But they didn't give up 20 points against the Chargers last week. But I don't think anybody could have saw that happening. So I do think Baltimore's coming into their own. However, they also gave up 25 points to the struggling Indianapolis Colts. That was kind of Carson Wentz's first game that he kind of like started putting it together. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have been playing really, really good football. So I think 3 touchdowns is very doable here. I think that hits over 20.
Yeah, I think that's a really good pick, actually. Bengals over 20?
Bengals over 20. And I honestly think that I really do think that the Bengals win this game. Like I'm in the camp that the Bengals are going to pull this one out. They're going to win this game. They're going to be in first place in that division by the end of this week.
Yeah, we got Bengals plus 13 over 41, and now you got Bengals over 20 for 13 points. You do have a lot in that game. That was not incorrect. Let me tell you a team over that I don't mind, and that is the Washington football team at the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
Packers are over 29.5 team points, and I think that they can get there easily.
Keep talking for a second.
So Packers, you have Aaron Rodgers, who is looking like that first week was a fluke.
Yeah.
And it's looking like the Washington football team, their front four that we touted so much,
Not good.
maybe not the teeth aren't as sharp on them as we thought they were.
Here's the stats I was waiting to look up here. Their defense, 30th in total yards per game.
Who's their defense?
Washington football team's defense, 30th in total yards per game. They're giving up 431 yards per game. They haven't played Aaron Rodgers every week. They're 32nd in passing yards. They're giving up 310 passing yards. They're 19th in the rush. 32nd in points. They're giving up 31 points a game. And to their credit, the teams they've played this year that they've given up those average of 31 points to were the Chargers, the Giants, the Buffalo Bills, they gave up 43 to the Buffalo Bills, the Falcons, the Saints, who were they, you know what I mean, and the Chiefs. So you said it was over what, 30?
29.5, and the Packers, since scoring 3 points in their week 1 loss to the Saints, they've scored 35, 30, 27, 25, 24.
And they played some good defenses.
So yeah, if nothing else, it'll be pretty close. Yeah, and against the WFT defense, I don't expect they're going to put up a whole lot of resistance to the Green Bay Packers offense.
No, I definitely agree. I think that's a great pick. Packers over 29.5 points. I don't know how you don't do that.